Good with it. Will into existence in this bitch. This video's about how TV causes more damage than any gun. I want to break down the words first. Television. There you got it. TV, television, television, telling lies to your vision. Or they telling their vision. On TV, you use channels. So all the magic and all this shit is real. It's just more subtle than they make in the movies. They just make it more extreme in the movies. So when it happens in real life, it's like more subtle. So you don't believe it. But TV uses channels, just like channeling and magic and shit. And they got programs. The TV programs programming you, make you think and feel a certain way about things. And the media is Medusa. It's like Medusa. Medusa was the goddess of illusions and shit. That's what the media does. They throw up illusions and stuff on us. I got a lot on this paper. These TVs and these channels and shit put us under a spell and shit. And they're only telling one-sided stories. You only gonna get one side of the story. Let's see. And the more people, the more energy they could put on something, the more powerful it's gonna be, and the more believable it's gonna be. Cause just imagine one person got a whole bunch of energy. So imagine if you got millions, not billions. You got like 40 million people or 30 million people tuning into something or putting their energy on something. I think it's gonna become super powerful, whether it's the truth or a lie, it don't even matter. The TV puts people in certain states mentally and emotionally. Like the physical, the mental, the physical, and emotional is like all the same. It's just in the mental and the emotional you can move a lot faster, so you can go from state to state quick mentally. That's why some people got a positive mind state, negative mind state. They traveling super fast and shit, just mentally. And it's gonna manifest physically and shit. So they put people in certain mental states and emotional states. Most times, not almost all the times, it's negative. They put people in negative states and shit. It's got a lot of predictive programming in TVs. Like 9/11, they've been showing that in cartoons for like Twin Towers falling. They've been showing that shit in cartoons and movies for like 20, 30 years before it happened. So that should let you know right there that shit, it's predictive programming let us know what they was gonna do. Same thing with, I don't know, a lot of predictive programming and everything. If it happened, if I see it before it happens, and they do it a couple times, I'm most likely not gonna believe it. Like Kobe's death, they have predictive programming on that. Like they show you it's gonna happen, and then it happens, and people still buy it, which is crazy. But it's dumbing us down. TV's dumbing us down and shit. They pushing agendas and how we should feel about them. What else? It's pretty much like the third parent or the first or second parent. Like when people get tired and they off of work and they tired or something, they just turn on the TV, let their kids watch the TV and shit. But TV's like parenting them, and that's like nigga basically like leaving them with a stranger, cause telling them how to think. Like kids, they can't think for themselves. A lot of adults and shit can't think for themselves, but kids, like it's programming how they thinking. Keys the TV program, it's channeling certain things out of them. What else? It's forcing us to accept things that go against our morals and our principles and stuff. What else? Disney. That's another one. Disney's like a top level sorcerer with all these subconsciously placed things, and man, what else? It's creating division. They create the division, then let us fight it out. Like vaccinated, unvaccinated. Like they the ones that created that whole shit. Then the people, we gotta fight it out and shit. But people take sides and shit and go against each other. Same thing with they did that with the vaccines. Do that with the two parties, Democrat, Republican. They do that with race, black, white. They do that with gender, male, female. Like it's always one side or the other. What else? It's a huge waste of time. We spend our whole time looking at this little black box and shit. And niggas claim we ain't got time for this, we ain't got time for that, but we make time for TV every day. Everybody, or mostly everybody. It's a distraction. Huge waste of time. It's a distraction. They promote things that should destroy our health and our mental and shit each day. Got all these liquor commercials, candy, fast food, beer, all this unhealthy shit, but they claim that with all these vaccines and all this other shit that it's just about our health and helping your neighbor and shit. But like if it was about health, like all this bullshit wouldn't be getting promoted so hard. What else? It tells us who the bad guys are. Like Osama, it paints the enemy for us. Saddam, Trump, Putin. They tell us who the enemy is. Then everybody puts all their energy into that, and they become the bad guy and shit. You hear it. You just go to work. You just go anywhere, and you hear people talking about it. That's how you know it's working. Like, yeah, this person's terrible. This person's terrible. That's because that's what the TV told you to think and how to feel about that. And sports, when you watching sports, you channeling. Of course, you channeling sports and shit. But just like back in the day and shit, they say history just repeats itself. Back in Rome, people used to wonder how they could be in the Colosseum and shit. The sports was distracting people in Rome. And it's the same thing now. It's like a lot of the men, shit, me included, we just distracted by sports. We think we so much smarter because it's 2022 and shit. Everybody's like, man, how did they fall for that back in the day? But the same thing's going on now. It's like we distracted by sports while all this crazy shit's going on. What else? So I already said that they push rape bait. They be pushing rape bait and shit. All this George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, all these people, dude with the hoodie, like all these people, they just broadcasting murder for us so we could get numb to it and numb to death and violence and shit, and so we could just subconsciously accept, like supposed to accept it and shit. Like all this not black on black crime, that's what they say. All this police violence and shit, we supposed to just be numb to it and just, when you hear a black person get killed or shot by the cops or something, niggas should just numb to it. Because they want to trigger certain emotions and shit out of us. What else? They're doing modern day lynching with Cosby, Kobe, R. Kelly, all these people, because they throw out a little bit at first, so people come to defend them and shit, which they should. But they own the numbers, and they own the numbers and shit. So at first they'll come with like one or two allegations. So people will be like, yeah, they could be lying, but they own the numbers, so these numbers is not even real. So they'll go to an extremely high number, like they did with Deshaun Watson, like 2020 alleged. So then people can't defend it, because then you looking crazy and shit. But man, they paying all these people to do this shit. This is all fixed and shit. What else? Like, the TV got us all in a trance, like under a spell and shit. We sit there 3-4 hours just nigga just glued to the TV and shit. Like nigga, that's the spell, that's the trance. Like looking at or like in the old cartoons and movies and shit, when they got the thing spinning and shit and they like hypnotize and shit, nigga, that's what a TV is. It's like a hypnotizer. What else? They like I said, they pushing agendas and promoting what they want and how they want, which direction they want the world to go. So they got like a lot of same-sex couples in movies and TV and shit now. Marvel, all these things got men and women and women kissing, men and men kissing. They're making people slowly accept this shit, even if you don't, because they just do it slowly and subtly. Like each TV show and stuff, guaranteed to probably have a same-sex couple or some shit like that, which is some bullshit. They got men trying to pass as women. They got women trying to pass as men. They had the pregnant man on like the cover a couple years ago. They had the Kardashians' dad like trying to be passed by as a woman. Now they got men trying to pass by as women, women trying to pass by as men. And like a lot of this goes against people's morals and beliefs and shit, but that's why they just do it slowly and shit. And they own it, so they gonna do what they want. So you could just turn the shit off or keep complaining. You're just gonna be complaining more. This is they shit. They're gonna do what they want. They make people look at the world a certain way and shit. Like I said, it's subtle. Like, this shit is crazy. But I'll run it down one more time. Television. Telling lies to our vision. They got channels and programs channeling certain shit out of us, programming us to think and feel certain ways and shit. We just got our kid, like I said, our kids just, I don't know, it's like another parent to our kids and shit. It's like another family member, TV. But, I mean, that's it. Like I said, it's promoting race, division and shit. You always gotta pick a side. Notice that with a lot of shit. News is always pushing fear. That's like, that must be a powerful ass motherfucking emotion, because that's the one they try to get the most out of us. They just want to spark certain shit out of people. Damn, this video ran certain kind of long and shit. But I had to break this shit down, man. I want to talk about the internet too, the internet and music too. But I'll do that in another video. Cause nigga, TV's like the first Terminator, and then internet is like The second Terminator, the cop, the one that could turn into like a lot of different shit. That's the internet. Like you thought the first Terminator was hard to kill and doing a lot and was a savage. Nigga, wait till you see the second one, which is the internet. But I'm out this bitch, y'all. I mean, will into existence. Easy.